all classic stuff, pretty much. It's great, man.
The roller coaster is about to begin. Hold on tight, because this is the big time.
Coming in hot today. It's a little bit loud, isn't it? Jeez.
Well, we like that.
Yeah?
Right?
Okay. Well, oh well. Pot of Thunder. Monday morning. Everyone's off from work today. It's President's Day.
I'm not.
Everyone on Earth, right? Because this is an international show.
Who's ever off on these days? I mean,
It used to be. I think we talked
I guess
about
post
that.
office, a couple of things here, but
We talked about that on Martin Luther King Day, how Chris and I used to get that
upset,
off.
but I get upset about all these holidays.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, you don't
never have them off.
Why is that?
I've just never had them off.
What holidays do you get at your job? How many?
I get like 4th of July,
One.
Easter, which is on a
Easter.
Sunday.
Yeah, that doesn't count. One.
I get 4th of July, Memorial Day.
Memorial Day. Okay.
I get Thanksgiving,
You're going
Christmas.
You're going in a very weird order.
I'm
I thought you
going
were going-
sporadic. I'm not going chronological.
Okay.
Uh,
New Year's Day.
New Year's Day.
Is that it? Those 5?
You know what? They give us Christmas Eve too. Sometimes.
Christmas Eve 6.
Yeah.
I get the
Something like
5
that.
at my current job. I don't get. I
Oh.
worked on Christmas.
I thought.
Oh no, wait! I took it off.
because you were in Chicago, they're like, hey, there's always a holiday. Take off.
No, that's not how it is at this place.
No.
Because we don't want to lose any money. You never know what's going to happen. Someone might come in.
Wowzers.
Al Jazeera might come in and say, "Hey, we need to do an uplink." I don't know. Whatever. So it's President's Day. No one has it off again, just like last month.
Everybody's at work listening to this.
I think Obama's off.
Yeah, you know what? That could be it. The actual president, is that the one person who gets it
I
off
think
still?
so. Like Mother's Day, do they pamper them, kind of?
Is that how it works?
I don't
It's not
know.
about that changes where the apostrophe is, right?
That's true.
Instead of plural, it makes it singular.
And does that mean the former presidents? Who knows?
I don't know.
Bush Sr.?
The living President's Day?
Yeah.
Is that how it works? I don't know. People in other countries who listen to this don't know what we're talking about, but it's basically a day
they
you don't...
probably do, though.
Well, yeah, you're right.
They probably know who all
everyone's
of
all-
our dumb presidents are.
They know more than we do.
Well, yeah, they
When I went to
because they're
Germany-
worried about what what we're doing.
That's probably part of it.
We don't care.
When I went to Germany, everyone wanted to talk politics. I'm like, yeah, you guys know more than I do about America, so just stop. Let's talk about something
Andy
else.
still had cigar jokes from the Clinton administration that he was wanting to use.
Actually, I had some old Judge Ito material from the OJ trial that I was really thought it would go over there. A bomb.
It just got there.
Some Ito's beard jokes. It didn't work. Yeah. I don't know. Out of the loop. Anyway, so Nick,
Yes.
it's President's Day.
It is.
It's Pot of Thunder.
It
Every
is.
week you have some piece of Kiss-related paraphernalia that reveals this week's song or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you have today?
You know what's funny? Before I get to what we do have is something that I would have, and I think it actually said the word prototype. And I was looking through the comments to see. Okay, one of the listeners is going to say this is just like something that they would have on Pot of Thunder.
Okay.
It was like this really horrible looking umbrella with the solo album faces on the top, and it like I think the handle glowed.
Why? Just no reason?
I don't know. When I saw it, I'm like, that's something.
It's unbelievable.
That's some of the dumb items that we have on Pot of Thunder. Like, but it's an actual prototype item that's out there. So
That is weird. And that was a prototype?
I think the word prototype might have actually been in either a comment or the, whatever the description for the
You
song.
like that, huh?
No, I don't know if I would.
No? Okay.
You'd attract bugs with that thing,
Why would it attract
'Cause
bugs?
it's glowing.
Oh, like they would come under?
Yeah.
Maybe it's a
you don't-
bug zapper.
Then that would be all right.
They fall on your hair. That's
Well,
not
yeah.
the best design.
I mean-
Zap it. Dead flies fall on your head. Wouldn't be surprised.
It's a prototype. They're working on it. But anyway, what I do have,
Mm-hmm.
I have a walking piece of merchandise.
A walking.
I
piece of
have
merchandise.
probably the one person in the entire universe who is a bigger Pot of Thunder fan than they are a Kiss fan.
Oh, wow.
Am I
Is that-
correct?
Oh, I would have to say so, yeah.
Okay. We've got this rare breed of individual here. And
There aren't too many of those.
this is probably the only one.
Yeah.
This is our buddy.
Our mom is like that.
Does he
too,
have an
though.
alias for the show, or what are we calling
He's
him?
got a name.
What are we saying?
His name is Rich.
Rich is here.
Hello.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Exactly.
As listeners probably have noticed, Chris is not here.
He is not.
He has given the blessing for us to do a show without him.
Mhm.
Stuff has come up. He's gigging, right?
No, he's the. Whoa! What just happened?
I don't know.
Did you hear that?
Yeah,
What was that?
just the volume dropped out for a second.
That was weird. Anyway, let me make sure we're still on. I was going to say, Chris is the most self-destructive member of Pot of Thunder. We gave him the
We
keys
gave
to the
him the
kingdom,
keys.
and he's not here. No, I don't know. He's not here. He's got bigger fish to fry, as he said, for today.
Well, there you have it.
He'll be back next week. But we have Rich here this week.
I
as a
can't
s-
fill those shoes.
No, but
I'll try.
But you can bring different shoes to the show.
I'll try. Yeah. I
You can bring shoes with laces, unlike what Chris would normally have.
Is he
You-
a flip-flop guy this time of year?
He's not quite one of those basketball shoe
No, he-
flip-flop
he
guys in
likes
the winter.
He likes his,
Or basketball
you
shorts.
slip them on, slip them off kind of shoe.
Yeah, what would you call that?
I don't know, not a loafer.
I would call it an urban moccasin. Does that work? Is that a thing? I would say so. Chris is an urban moccasin guy.
I'm partial to those as well.
You're an urban moccasin guy yourself.
I am, but those are really hard to find the right fit. I will say that because you can't lace them up.
Because you can't lace it up,
Yeah,
so it
so
just
if
has
it
to
doesn't-
fit.
I bought really big inserts in
Why
the ones that I'm
Why don't you
wearing
just get
today.
those Velcro grandpa shoes? That'll fit.
That-
Those there's like the two straps.
the like the
athletic
diabetes
Yeah,
shoes?
the diabetes
You
shoes
get those big glasses with them too. You can wear them.
that comes with it. I like it. So Rich is here.
Rich is here.
Chris is not here.
No, we can't do a song without Chris being here.
So we're not doing a song?
No, we're not doing a song.
Okay. So
We're
what
not
are we
doing
gonna
any.
do?
We're not doing our typical format. I guess we should throw that out there first off.
I guess the idea there is that it would be unfair to not have Chris's
No,
opinion on a song.
It's kind of an unwritten rule that the three regular participants here are going to be on. When we analyze a song.
Okay.
So
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
So, Andy, actually, what are we doing here?
I don't know, dude. You were the one who had the idea.
I didn't have.
Okay. So here's the idea. I was pretending that you were going to make it up on the fly, but apparently that's not the case. So I'll just tell you the truth.
Well, it's
We discussed this earlier today, Sunday. We realized that Chris was not going to be able to make it, and we wanted to still entertain the Pot of Thunder listeners. I would feel guilty.
top priority.
Yeah, I would feel very guilty. If anyone was expecting a show and disappointed, I would feel bad.
Well, at least something.
Right. So, the idea, since it's President's Day here in the United States, is to go through each administration and pick out the best Kiss song from that administration. So, for example, what would Clinton be? He'd be like 93
Clinton
to
there's
2001.
There are only 2 albums in the Clinton years.
Right, but I mean, that
But
would be
yeah.
his range.
That would be it. Yeah.
It's
So-
not a draft,
like-
though.
It's not a draft.
Yeah,
No.
I'd like to have a draft.
Right.
That would be fun. Like if we can do draft.
Best,
Whatever.
yeah. Well, hey, we can do what we want to do.
Well, and
We
we
can
like
change
and,
this on the fly.
And I think a good reason to have this platform, at least, just to throw out there for the listeners, is that the listeners like us are opinionated, and they're
Boy, are they ever.
they can be passionate
Oh,
about the
so passionate.
about the Kiss, if you will.
Oh, man.
And we like to throw stuff out there and hear what people have to say. And I think this will be a pretty decent format for Facebook, Twitter. Kind
Is
of
this a
comments
conversation
discussion.
starter?
I think this is kind of kind of an icebreaker.
Love that. It's going to be a nice thread coming up next week. So,
Get on
best
the-
song from each administration.
Yeah, best song, worst song, whatever we come up with.
Whew. I don't know, man. Best and worst is going to be too hard. I think we
Best
just go
and worst.
best. And if we could discuss something, and if you want to call it
Yeah.
terrible, but I don't think we have to make a definite worst every time. I think we just give our
But
definite
we
best.
want to give our best.
Yeah,
Okay.
from each administration, because worst would be too much. That would be a whole. That's next year, President's Day, when one of us can't make it.
That's when we do a draft.
That's when we do the draft. Well, that might be the third year,
Okay.
because this is going to keep going.
Are we going to start with William Howard Taft?
That
That would be with Gene's band from before Wicked Lester.
Nick, what's his claim to fame as far as presidents go?
He was a big man. He got stuck in his bathtub.
That
He
is
got
correct.
stuck in his bathtub.
He was
He
very
was the
large.
heaviest president.
What did he have? One of those.
Became a Supreme Court justice after he was president.
Was he bathing in one of those barrels like Jackie Chan in Shanghai Noon?
No, I mean this was early 1900s, so it was probably a super nice
Like
bathtub.
a clawfoot.
He was, yeah, probably.
Wow.
But he was a large man, so
How do you get
stuck?
stuck though? Like he just couldn't get up?
I don't know.
Or
They had to butter him, man.
Bombed.
They had to butter him. Yeah, I'm sure he passed
I don't know.
out.
They probably had to butter
He
him.
pulled a
or
Bobby Christina.
something. Oh boy.
Whoops.
Oh boy.
Too soon.
Too soon. Well,
hasn't even
not happened.
She might come back.
She's yeah.
Another day or two.
Yeah. In a couple days, it'll be too soon.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry. I'm not laughing. It's not funny.
Rich is
Anyway.
laughing. Absolutely. The couch is vibrating over here.
Trying to laugh off mic. Anyway. So did they actually butter him, or was that make
Oh, I
believe?
just made that up.
Okay.
Probably had to do
Butter
something.
wasn't invented yet.
They didn't have butter. What year was this? The 1800s.
He was Taft was like 1910, I think.
but
He was after Roosevelt.
You're right. Butter was after the Second World War. It was introduced to the masses.
That's when
One of those baby boomer inventions.
Stalin.
That's when
Yeah.
Stalin.
Right. So, what do you want to do? Do you want to go from the beginning
Well-
of the band forward? Do you want to go backwards? Do you want to do randoms?
Let's go chronological and start with the first album, first era, I guess, first presidency.
All right. So here's the deal. 1973 is when Kiss started. 1974 is when the first Kiss album came out, which was like February 10th
well,
off the top of my head.
Don't ask me that.
I read it earlier.
People are probably yelling at us.
I think it's right.
It's the 12th.
Yeah, that is how they are. February 8th. So that was 2 days off in the other direction.
Oh
God.
boy! Imagine the
There we go.
alternate history that would have gone on
If it was the 10th,
if your inaccuracies would
Yeah.
have played out.
it would have changed everything.
Changed everything.
So February 8th, 1974, they released their debut album, right? And at that time, Richard Nixon, the 37th president, was still in office.
That's
Not even close.
that's a few off.
okay.
I'm going to go with...
No, it might be pretty
he was
close.
37. He's 30 because Kennedy was 35.
Shut
and then
up.
you got... Yeah,
Wow.
Don't tell me I was
it's
right.
got to be. No. He's
Look
30.
it up and verify.
I
This-
tried to be wrong. That's how bad that was.
No, I
well,
think you're right.
Well, what is Obama? 44.
44, yeah.
Dude,
So
I
right
thought
in
Bill
between-
Clinton was 37.
You had Johnson right after Kennedy, and then you
Yeah.
went to Nixon, so you got it right.
If I was right,
If Andy was right, we're shutting this off and we're going out.
son of a bitch, he was 37.
Look at that.
That was intentionally trying to
No
be
one's going to believe that.
stupidly
What a
incorrect.
terrible attempt.
Yeah, what a bad attempt at humor. Yet another one.
He was something
So
absurd.
two
and
Jews
unre-
walk into a bar. All right.
With Bobby Christina.
Yeah, let's just keep going the way we're going.
Okay.
So first album 74, Tricky Rich is in the studio here.
Tricky Rich. Yeah, right. Exactly.
The first pick.
Yeah. So here's the thing. We have to say a lot of these other administrations have several albums, as many as 6.
Oh yeah.
One has 0. We'll get to that. But some of them have as many as 6. So this only has 1, the first debut album, the self-titled Kiss album.
And quite an album.
Quite an album.
Quite
Coming
an
out
album.
with a bang. So let's discuss these. We don't have to go into detail, but let's just go down the list. I
So-
sure would like a better list. Strutter is the opener.
No, I don't know when. I know I'm going random here. I don't know when Watergate happened, but I wonder if it's right around this time. I don't know when all that went down exactly. But
I couldn't tell you.
Pretty interesting, though. It's probably pretty interesting times when this album came out.
1972,
Okay.
I guess.
So probably all the trials and
Yeah, and all the
questioning and
whatnot.
all that. Yeah.
What have you?
What have you?
Hold on. I might as well just do it.
What have you?
What have you?
I say that all the time at work in that voice.
You try to do the voice.
No one. I mean, I never even said it's from something. Just when someone's talking and they keep going on and on. Like if they're explaining something to me and I'm tired of listening.
What have
And
you?
you're clearly you've clearly expired as far as the
Yeah.
listening period goes.
What have you?
A big fan
So-
of Strutter, though.
Strutter.
Strutter's a good way to start.
Is it the so what are we going with? Just the three of us are going to throw out our favorite songs from the era?
Well, what I think we should
Or
do
what?
is quickly...
Because I'll be honest right now, I don't want to give away my favorite song of all time. I'm saving it for that particular episode.
Well, you don't have to say it,
So
but you
I
can say
might-
your favorite song from this period.
Well, that's what I mean, though.
All right, well,
If
then
I
you
say
do
it from
you.
I'm no. I'm just I'm saying I might go with my second favorite from that particular era.
All right, well, you,
I know I'm
you
being
protect
dumb.
whatever information you want to
I'm
protect.
being dumb. I just don't.
There's
I don't
a
want
scandal.
I don't want continuity to be
Scandal.
in
I will be
question.
back for that episode.
I don't
Okay.
want. I don't want a continuity question.
Share this mic
Issue.
with Chris.
I don't want to be on the
Be
goof.
nice.
The goofs. IMDb.
What is the goofs?
IMDb. They have goofs and stuff
Oh,
like that,
right,
and
right, right.
Continuity problems.
All right.
I don't want to cause any of that.
I know it wasn't the song from last week.
What was last week?
The one that you just did with Chris.
Oh,
when-
right, right.
when I was on vacation.
Got Love for Sale. Right. Forgot about that.
Yeah.
This is 2 bizarre episodes in a row without the 3 original members. But anyway, whatever. Let me name the songs,
Okay, I'll stop.
and then,
interrupting.
well, I'll just name them. You don't even have to make a comment. Then you can think about it for a second, and then we'll throw out our favorites, some of our favorites, and discuss. Strutter, Nothing to Lose, Firehouse, Cold Gin, Let Me Know, Kissin' Time, Deuce, Love Theme from Kiss, 100,000 Years, Black Diamond. I don't mind going first.
Go ahead. What
Right now, reading this, thinking about
So
it.
is it just okay? I'm sorry, I keep interrupting.
Yeah,
are
just-
we going with like this is something official that you're posting as your favorite, or is this just right now reading the songs what excites you the most as far as what would you listen to if you had to listen to a
I
song?
think I'm going to go with my favorite.
Okay,
but
that's
I'm
fine.
saying right now,
I just
that
want to clarify because right now in my head I don't know what I'm thinking.
I'm jumping back and forth between Strutter and Let Me Know, but I think I'm going to take Strutter as my number one from this era.
Okay.
Any thoughts on Strutter? Rich likes
It's a
it.
solid pick, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it's hard to
there's-
go wrong with that.
No, probably several listeners are thinking the same thing.
Yeah. What would be the other options? Deuce, maybe? I don't know.
That would be mine.
Deuce is an
Yeah?
all-time classic.
That's your number one?
Out of this album, yeah, I'd say
Oh,
Deuce.
okay. Rich
And
takes Deuce.
Rich and Ace Frehley have something in common.
He loves that one?
That's his favorite Kiss song. He
Oh,
always
wow.
says, yeah.
Written by Gene, too.
Written by Gene.
You would think that it would be one of his songs, like Cold Gin.
Which is the one I would go with.
Ah,
good one, too.
really?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
your favorite?
It's just I still get goosebumps when I hear that breakdown in the middle.
The breakdown in the middle is the best
And just
part
the
of
whole song is great, but that when it gets to that that whole transition there, I mean honestly, it's like goosebumps every
Wow.
time. Yeah.
Ah, I didn't know that. I'll say this much. Firehouse, I'm going to take some heat.
Firehouse is tough. It's
It's a staple, but it's not my number one.
well,
I
doesn't-
think that
doesn't have to be.
Strutter, Cold Gin's not it either. Let
I
me
like
know.
100,000 Years.
100,000 Years is cool.
100,000 Years is a great weird song.
You know, I was listening to the Opie and Jim Norton show one day, and they came back from commercial with 100,000 Years.
Mm-hmm.
And Opie said, "Yeah, this is Kiss." He's like, "Yeah, I kind of tapped out at this point. I was only into them at the beginning." And Jim Norton's like, he's like, "This is from 1970. This is the first
This
album."
is the first album.
It's like, what were you into him for a half hour? He's like, "What? This is the first album?"
Side A, I liked them a lot.
Yeah, right.
Side B,
So-
not so much.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, so
So, are there any songs that that make you think of Nixon and the political, probably all the despair and all the mistrust that the people were
maybe
feeling? I nothing really jumps out at me.
I think Nothing to Lose,
There you go. That's
There you
how
go.
you just
Perfect
read
title.
my mind. Yeah.
and it's kind of about anal sex too, which I don't know.
which is kind of
I think it was invented in the 70s.
they
right?
went probably they used some kind of backdoor method to get into the Watergate Hotel.
There you go. That could be it. So there's our answer. So
Way to put it together there.
yeah, that's what Nick's
This,
good
this
for.
ginger ale is working tonight.
What is that?
I'll throw a plug out. It's the
The IBC?
no, it's the Goose Island.
Oh, Goose Island.
Goose Island spicy ginger.
Good stuff.
Does it have alcohol?
No. Who you think is sitting next
I
to you?
didn't think so. I was gonna
Lemonade
say.
Lucy sitting over here.
This isn't
Another
the Nick I
presidential
know.
reference.
Who the hell's that?
That was, don't tell me, it was someone's wife. It was Harding's wife?
Lucy Harding?
I think so. It was one of those, somebody from early 20th
I think it
century.
was Lucy Ball.
Might be it.
I don't
I can
know.
see that.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Van Pelt.
I'm going to throw out as many presidential references as I can.
well, keep them coming. So, anyway, I guess to go back, I said Strutter. Nick said Cold Gin. Rich said Deuce. What do you think for the Nixon administration? Let us know on Facebook.
Play the Pot of Thunder home game.
Yeah. Do I have to play? No, we don't have to play clips
No,
from these. Maybe if we
we
get
don't
into
have to do
some
that.
further discussion, we might.
If we're
have to.
like,
Right now.
oh, this is like a 10-minute episode and we have nothing else to do,
No, this is
then
gonna
we'll
be
play
like 2
some.
hours
Yeah,
at this
so
pace,
I don't
so-
think we have to do that. Everybody has access to
So-
listening to this.
Well, I won't get frowned upon for picking the one that's usually going to be on a greatest hits album on a lot of these because
No,
not at
not
Pot
at
of
all.
Thunder.
Not
Maybe on like one of the other shows.
those
That's,
assholes.
yeah, you know these guys, they're goofballs. I don't know.
We don't know anybody that does any of these shows.
We don't
Actually, there's some really cool people that have reached out to us lately
really.
from other shows. Yeah,
Yeah.
From the bigger, from sort of the bigger Kiss podcast, we've had people reach out to us, which is
The
you know,
fact that
very-
there's a such thing as bigger Kiss
It- there-
podcasts,
there
it just
are. There's-
tells you that the locusts are coming soon. I mean, come on, it's ridiculous. All right, so we move to the Gerald Ford administration, which,
things are gonna get complicated here.
well, yeah, he jumped in when Nixon stepped out
Yeah.
in '74, same year.
74.
And he
Yeah.
pardoned him, I believe, too.
He did.
He did, huh?
Then he fell down a few times.
And then
Then
Chevy
he-
Chase made fun of
then
him.
Oh, and he had him down to a T, too.
Did he?
No.
I didn't think so. He just fell, right? Wasn't that like all he did?
He just fell. That was that's
He just
Chevy-
fell, yeah.
Repeatedly, yeah.
Chevy Chase fell down.
Yeah, so it was 74 to 76, just a quick 2-year finish the previous guy's term. So you'd think in that amount of time, not much happened. I mean, look at bands now, the way they release albums. In 2 years,
2
they
years.
probably haven't even seen each other. Like, they put out an album, they tour for a year, then they take
Yeah.
4 years off.
I mean,
they all live
if-
on other parts of the world, and then they come back
Yeah.
together. This time,
If it's Def Leppard or Metallica, then there's no music in a 2-year span.
there's no even speaking to each other. with those
except
guys.
for when they first started out, that's what we're talking about with Kiss.
Right.
Which Kiss does that now too. It's several years between albums.
Right, but then 74 to 76, we have Hotter Than Hell, Dress to Kill, Destroyer, and Rock and Roll Over.
Look at that.
That's probably... Was it
That is
probably
loaded.
because they had so many songs they had written before their first one where they had a lot they wanted to jump back into? Or
I think it's a combination of they had a lot, they
They had a lot to prove.
had a lot. Yeah, they had to because
They were trying to make it happen at that point.
I think back then you had to like have current releases to keep getting airplay. There wasn't as much like
you had to get a new album out and then tour it.
Kurt Loder wasn't even on the air yet.
No,
Yeah, you're right. There wasn't as much of like play things from the past. I think it was more like play more cutting edge stuff
well,
on
plus,
the radio.
If
It
you're,
wasn't like
if you're a band and you've only got one album out, you gotta
you got to get moving.
you gotta get more out there, especially back then.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't alive. I'm making all this up, but
Well,
that's what I think. And also, the albums were like between 8 and 10 songs. Wasn't like
Which,
16.
shorter too, right?
Yeah.
Which
Right.
I am totally for. I think about that sometimes.
You'd rather have a
I'll
good
listen
8.
to an old album from the 70s. I'm like, there's like 8 songs on here, and
Yeah.
most of them are great.
I agree.
That's fine, you know.
You don't
I
want to listen to 15 and half
Don't-
of them suck
Don't care. Yeah.
just to fill a.
I mean, if they're all great, then yeah. But if there's no shame in a band having 7, 8 songs on
But-
an album if they're all mostly solid.
But when we got into the CD era, is that you?
Chris is listening, or
Is that you?
no,
Who is it?
Rich is listening to All the Way over here off the Hotter Than Hell album.
I liked it.
This might be his pick.
Is that your ringtone?
It is now. No, I had the iTunes. I'm looking at all the songs, and I must have tapped.
Well, that's Rich's pick.
Yeah, I guess so. All the
right.
way just came on. Yeah.
You know what? I think it is.
So okay. I guess I should go through these.
I like how I
right?
sat there and denied it too. No, it's
No.
not me.
He's got 2 handheld devices.
He's got an
Nope, couldn't be me.
Nope.
iPad and iPod or whatever. iPhone. Okay, so here we go. Hotter Than Hell. Got to Choose. Parasite. Going Blind. Hotter Than Hell. Let Me Go Rock and Roll All the Way.
Yes.
Watching You. Mainline. Coming Home. Strange Ways. Should we name every song from this era?
Just throw them out, yeah.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah.
All right, so, I mean, keep your favorite in mind from that album, and
Yeah.
then we'll...
Are we going album or administration?
No, but I mean,
Okay.
I would say you take your favorite, then you jump to the next album and see if that favorite
yeah,
beats that favorite, and then at the end you'll have your one.
I'm all
How's
over
that?
it.
I like it.
Okay.
I finally have it figured out.
Mm-hmm. Do we announce it, or do we just hold it in
It's
our
like a
heads?
draft.
Yeah, it's
Let-
very much like a draft.
Let's
We're sticking to the draft
we're sticking-
format
yeah,
here.
this is very much a draft.
I like it.
Kind
Okay, I got mine. Do you guys have yours?
I do.
Rich?
Rich, obviously.
I believe I picked mine already.
Okay.
Rich was about to play us in the microphone from his phone.
Okay, now we have Dress to Kill from 1975 with Room Service, Two Timer, Ladies in Waiting, Getaway, Rock Bottom, Come On and Love Me, Anything for My Baby, She, Love Her All I Can, Rock and Roll All Night.
Wow, this is already a stacked era.
Yeah, this is tough.
This
is probably the most difficult. This is all the best songs, I would say.
This is the era where an overwhelming amount of people would say this is their prime as far as the songs
Yeah.
and the albums. A lot of people would say that, I have a feeling.
Yep. So now we jump to Destroyer. We'll skip over Alive because it's Alive.
Because there's no new songs on it.
Yep. So now we have 1976, Detroit Rock City, King of the Nighttime World, God of Thunder, Great Expectations, Flaming Youth, Sweet Pain, Shout It Out Loud, Beth, Do You Love Me, and then Rock and Roll Party.
Rock and Roll Party made it, huh?
Yeah. And then our last choice, right?
Yeah, Rock
Yeah.
and Roll Over.
Rock and Roll Over.
76 still.
I Want You, Take Me, Calling Dr. Love, Ladies Room, Baby Driver, Love 'Em and Leave 'Em, Mr. Speed, See You in Your Dreams, Hard Luck Woman, Making Love.
Good grief, man.
These are a lot of winners.
Gerald Ford, you were doing something right.
He inspired Kiss.
He did, right? Something about it.
He was something about his administration laid it down economically, socially, something for all this greatness to happen.
Yeah.
No denying it. Gerald Ford.
So, anyone want to go
I'll
first?
go first.
Go ahead.
First song you named off the first album of this administration.
Hotter Than Hell.
You Got to Choose.
No, you got to choose. Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, that one's going to win.
Okay. Got to choose. I'm writing this down now.
Oh, my.
So we can-
Statistics.
yeah.
Oh, look at that! You got a pen and everything.
Rich, what do you
Yeah.
have for Gerald Ford?
The song-
The best of Ford.
The song "God of Thunder."
You know, when I said
love
it,
that song.
I knew someone was going to pick it. And this is Pot of Thunder.
Is
So
it
it's
the-
very appropriate.
Now the pot.
Oh
of
my
Thunder?
God, you guys! Oh, I never even realized.
Well,
That's good
You know-
acting.
That's awesome.
That's where it comes from.
you know, I had a message. A Facebook friend who's also a listener said,
Uh-oh.
"You know what? I feel really dumb." And I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "Because I thought I thought I could maybe go and actually research and find all these prototype items that you guys talk about on the show."
Nope.
I'm like, nope, just me.
Oh, okay. I won't even go further.
Just
than that.
me. Nobody else has a lot of these items.
You know, my wife listened to her first couple episodes ever last week. She listened to like 3 of them. Actually, it was Martin Luther King Day that day because she was off from work. She said, "What's a good pot of thunder that I could start with?" So I told her a couple. She listened to a few. And she said, "Was there really a kiss balloon in the house?" I said, "No, there was not. That's make-believe."
What?
I don't know.
Don't-
She's like, "Oh, I just thought there was a cool balloon I didn't get to see." Like, no.
Well, I took it home with me.
Okay. You deflated it, put
No,
it back in your
it's
pocket.
It's still up.
She would have seen it when you walked out. I don't know. You had to have it behind your back or something. All right. So from what is this, Ford? From Ford. Oh, this is probably my. I won't.
You say Great Expectations.
Oh, come on. I'm not doing that.
You're gonna ruin the whole seriousness of this discussion.
I'm not doing that today. This era probably has my 3 or 4 favorite Kiss songs out of anything, I would say. So it's hard to pick because these other songs that I'm going to reject would win every other administration. But that's just the name of the game.
Yeah, this is a stacked administration.
And I don't even know if this is my favorite song of all time by Kiss, but I'm just going to pick right now what feels right for the winner. Love Her All I Can.
Okay. This is one where I can't sound surprised about like 50% of those songs if somebody picked one of them.
Right.
I'd be like, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, it's hard to argue any of them. All right, so we move on to the president who... No, actually... Yeah, he was in office when Nick was born.
How about that?
The peanut farmer.
The peanut farmer, Billy Beer's brother.
None other than...
Speaking of Billy Beer, my dad had a 6-pack of Billy Beer that he held on to for a long time.
Did he really?
Yes, along with another article we talked about earlier.
Did he drink it like eventually, or did it go bad, or what happens to the Billy
Did he keep
Beer?
it because he was like a collectible?
Yeah, it was supposed to be a collectible. It was Billy Carter, who was kind of the...
He was He was Chris
Black
Farley
Sheep.
in Black Sheep.
Yeah, he was the buffoonish brother of the president.
Sort of, yeah.
And he made his own beer, and
You
for
know,
some reason...
now that would be cool. People would think he's
yeah.
awesome.
Cool,
He's
man.
a microbrew.
He's a microbrewer. And he'd have some kind of name, you know, like Demon Balls or something.
Oh, yeah, they all have crazy names.
Yeah.
Billy Beer.
So your dad likes to collect those kinds of things, like rare...
Well, he likes perishable items. Sometimes
He likes to collect them.
like,
Collects perishables.
That's something that him and Andy have in common.
I used to collect Dr. Pepper knockoffs. That was my thing for a while.
Dr. Schnee.
I never had that one.
Oh,
They all started like imploding on themselves almost.
Yeah,
like
they just started
collapsing.
bursting. I guess if you keep... Even the bottles would kind of cave in. The cans would explode after like a few years of keeping
So
them.
what-
So I just
what-
had to
Did
dump them
Dr.
out.
Pepper take the Hippocratic Oath?
He did not.
I know a
He
guy.
gave his recipe to everyone, apparently.
I know a guy who allegedly has a 2-liter of Crystal Pepsi still unopened. I know our dad, mine and Andy's dad. He probably still has it somewhere. When Shaquille O'Neal got drafted, there was some special
Those Pepsi
some
bottles.
special glass Pepsi bottle with Shaquille O'Neal on it.
I thought about that yesterday because I was watching the dunk contest, and Shaq was one of the announcers there. Yeah. And I was like, God, he's retired. He's like, I mean, he's not an old man, but I mean, he's like, you know, he's retired and he's been out for a while. But I'm like, man, I remember when he was new and we had those Pepsi bottles. Like that goes hand in hand.
Well, do
He
you
was a-
remember his movie?
Of course.
Kazam? Was that
Yeah.
right?
I watch it whenever it's on Encore.
Did you ever hear his album?
He's
I
got
never
several,
did.
doesn't he?
I think he does have a few.
He's got-
Knick-knack, Shack Attack, Give a Dog a Bone.
he's got a recording career. I think it would qualify.
Shaq's
as.
kind of awesome. He might be one of
He's
my
cool.
favorite athletes.
I like him. Yeah,
He has those Gold Bond commercials.
he's like
Love
Michael.
that.
He's like Michael Jordan. He's like
He's way better than Michael
no, but I'm
Jordan.
just saying where Michael Jordan's like at the height of his career. He's like I can't think of what those batteries are called. He's like batteries. How about it?
How about Peyton Manning?
Oh, Peyton Manning's the
Peyton
worst.
Manning is yeah.
You do a Depends undergarment one yet?
Don't get me started on him.
I wouldn't doubt it.
That's
Don't get me
stupid.
started on him and how everybody says he's so classy.
Nationwide commercials
He's
where he's
the worst.
Oh, he's so classy.
Pot of Thunder is
Oh, he-
good.
oh my god,
He lost the Super Bowl, but he's so classy.
Classy.
Don't get
That's
me
the worst
started
word.
on that guy.
Hate him. He's a bum. And when I said Shaq's better than Jordan, I meant personality-wise, not anything
Yeah,
else.
I'll
Oh,
go
yeah,
with you on
yeah.
that.
Like
okay.
commercials, Gatorade. Oh, Michael
He's a
Jordan.
better
did.
actor.
But
yeah.
He's better.
You know who?
Clearly.
He can
who's,
smile.
Who's come out of the gate as pretty awesome in my opinion is Barkley.
Oh, Barkley's pretty good.
Barkley's pretty great.
Barkley was funny yesterday. Did you hear what he said? They were talking about 3-peats, and he's like, the only thing you repeated was 6th grade.
Who was he? Did he? On
He's
the
like
dunk contest?
he's like the Bobby Heenan
I
of
missed
any
it.
of his announcing team.
Yeah, pretty
He's
much.
kind of he's kind of like the Weasel.
I missed that.
He said it during one of the contests. They were talking about 3-peats, about someone
Oh, and they did the 3-person thing. The
Yeah.
the legend, the WNBA
Yeah,
player, and
that's
the other
what it
player.
was,
I
yeah.
missed that.
And he-
Oh man,
Yeah, it was probably the one time I laughed and
That's
didn't want
funny.
to cry after I watched the rest of the thing.
You didn't care for the dunk contest and the 3-point contest.
It was all right. I had it on as background. You
Yeah.
know, it was okay.
That's all right.
It's not like it used to be. Maybe because I was a kid, but
Honestly,
watching them when I was a kid was fun. Now it's kind of like, all right.
I bet kids love it now.
Well, they don't. Yeah, but you don't get the stars in it either.
That's the problem.
Yeah. in
These
my
guys
opinion.
aren't in the game who are doing dunk contests. They're not in the
Exactly.
All-Star game. Yeah. Oh well.
Well, yeah.
The other thing I think about the dunk contest, quick note before we jump back into Vince Carter, President Vince Carter, is that I feel like I mean, I can't dunk, of course, so I'm not talking trash, but I'm saying we've seen it all at this point. It's hard to do anything that you haven't seen.
Yeah. That,
And
you know
now
what?
they
Good
try
point.
to work in, like, the entrance and stuff, and it's just terrible.
It's too much.
Just do the dunks.
Dr. J, Julius Irving, made a statement that all of the mascots doing those dunks off of trampolines have ruined the dunk contest.
Oh, yeah, because they do flips and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're probably right.
Oh,
And there's-
Dr. J.
that's-
right.
I mean, that's
Dr.
one-
Chapstick.
That's a guy. If he ever got an honorary PhD, it would be in dunking
That's true.
or afros.
Did he ever come out with a Dr. Pepper? He should have.
Ooh, I don't know.
We had Dr. M from Meyer.
Dr. M.
That was one. All right, so President Vince Carter.
Air Canada somehow became the president.
Yep. We have Love Gun. This is 77 to 80, very early 81, I guess.
Yeah.
77. Well, Alive 2, right? Yeah,
We got side 4.
the side 4. So we've got Love Gun, Alive 2. The solo albums, do we count those? I guess.
I don't know.
Okay. Dynasty
I guess we could.
and Unmasked. We count them on this show when we do our blow by
Just
blow.
Don't even read the
That's what I'm
Gene
thinking.
and Peter Chris ones though, because
Yeah,
nobody's
'cause no one's
pick
gonna
those.
like that
No.
shit. All right, so Love Gun. Uh-oh, sorry.
Not even Rich.
Rich is upset. You mad, dog?
I'm okay now.
Okay. So, Love Gun, right? 1977 came out June 30th.
So
Everyone remembers.
Jimmy Carter was in probably the most turbulent.
Give me one of those candies while you
Probably-
talk.
Probably the most turbulent period in the band's history, or at least, the original 4 members. Obviously, it's the most turbulent time. The band was gigantic when Carter came in, at the
Mhm.
peak of their popularity.
They could afford
with
drugs.
Love Gun. They
Right.
could afford drugs. And then they did the solo albums and Dynasty and Unmasked, and certain members started fading away.
Now, can I ask a question to you two guys? Obviously know a lot more about this than me. What was your take on the solo albums? I know I read a little bit about it, and Peter Criss obviously hated them, and Fraley, I know his was the most popular, and he kind of used it against them, it seemed like.
Like, look what I did.
Yeah.
Told
I
you
can-
guys.
I can do this without you.
Mhm.
So do you think it was the beginning of the end, the albums, or do you think it was going to happen anyway, or what's your take on them?
Well, I would say that I think this is something they've said too. I'm probably just repeating it. I'm parroting this statement. But it was a pretty clever way to keep the band together in the fans' minds, even though it was like separating and doing your own album. But then, it all came out as Kiss, even though the Kiss guys weren't on each other's albums, So it was creative. It was a good way to keep, the truth from being told that, they were not. They're basically broken up at that point for a while.
They needed a break. Were any of the albums actually good? I have never heard any of them. I heard Fraley's was decent, but I don't.
Fraley's is exceptional.
This is really
Really?
good.
Yes, it's fantastic. Paul's is great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The other two
Are not very good.
have their moments.
I think Gene's is the worst. Nick thinks it's all right, but I think it stinks.
No, I think this is the worst too.
But you have some, like we did one on this show that you liked. And
it's not devoid of anything.
I think
you
it's
know.
really bad.
Really.
Like it's probably the worst out of every Kiss
But-
album.
But the Fraley one is, if you like rock music and you don't have the Fraley one, your collection's not complete, no matter what else.
Listen
you
to
have.
you. That sounds like something Chris would say.
It's absolutely
Your collection's not complete. I can't even do his
That's
voice.
really
Sorry,
good.
Chris.
well. Rich is a regular listener, so I guess
I thought it was pretty good.
Okay.
so he would know. He hears it all the time.
Our friend Arturo used to say that he sounded like how Christian Bale did Batman, but if he was sad. Like sad Batman is his voice.
That's just a good description for like anything.
Yeah.
He's the glue, though.
He is the glue. But, we have to do what we have to do without him today.
And he gave his blessing. He's down with it. Whatever we're
We had
doing.
to do a solo album without him today.
Yeah. Now my quick, and I say this all the time about the solo album, so I'll just kind of be quick here. But I take the, they call it in wrestling, they call it a mark standpoint,
Yeah.
where you're not trying to think of what's going on behind the scenes. You don't really care. Just kind of what's being presented is all you care about.
Mm-hmm.
I love the solo albums. I think it's great. Despite the fact that whatever happened with the band falling apart and they were using, success against each other to kind of stronghold stuff for future releases and probably songs in the set list. But from my standpoint, I think it's great. And like all four guys came out with an album. They all look the same. It's a great package, all four of them.
Mm-hmm.
Not every album is great, but I love it. I will always think that was just so cool that they did that.
I'm more of a smark when it comes
You're
to this.
a smart mark.
Mm-hmm. I have nothing else to say. Just that I'm a smark.
So okay. Should we? Are we agreeing that? Are you even going to read Peter and Jeans, or
No?
Does Rich need to hear that? Or
We'll
do you
start.
even know
I
any
don't
of
know
the
any of the
songs?
songs. So it
When
wouldn't
You
be
Wish
a
Upon a Star is on Jeans. That's about the only song you might have heard. So
That's what you need to know.
Yeah.
He's doing his Disney song,
yeah. So
and then he cries at the end for real.
he does it. Yeah.
Wow.
It's very emotional. Might be actually the highlight of his album,
He's
though.
so artsy that he can get away with that.
Yep. He was at that time. And the Beatles really wanted to reunite for his album, but they just couldn't get their
we have
schedule
discussed
together.
that. Yeah.
That's what he claimed in the book,
Oh, if Chris were here, man,
that they were going to
that gets him boiling.
up
He
here.
really said that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
There's some episodes where we talked
Yeah,
about
and-
all the
and-
details. But
it's great.
it says it in that book that
Yeah.
wherever it is, this one behind
It's
the
great
music.
because me and
or
Andy
Behind the Mask.
just kind of roll our eyes at all that stuff, and Chris is just like outraged.
Yeah.
he cannot believe the absurd statements that are being made.
So let's start with Love Gun here, huh? I Stole Your Love. Christine 16. Got Love for Sale, Nick. Shock Me. Tomorrow and Tonight. Love Gun. Hooligan. Almost Human. Plaster Caster. Then She Kissed Me. That is not a good one, in my opinion.
There's a couple of them that are in the running, but I think I'm ready to move on here.
You Rich, are you good? Do you have
I
yours
like the
so
song.
far?
I like the song "Love Gun," but yeah, go on to the next one.
Okay. Live 2, we go to the fourth side, which has 5 original songs, or whatever, 5 studio songs, I
Yeah.
should say. We have All American Man. Ooh,
That's one I've heard at every single Kiss convention I've ever been to played live.
that's kind of like the deep cut
That's the deep
gem that people
Apparently, that's Indianapolis's deep cut.
yeah, they love All American Man, which I thought was a dump of a song until I heard it probably for 15 years until suddenly I just thought it was a good song. I thought it sucked forever.
When the Paul Stanley swagger starts to make sense to you,
Yeah, I think that's
then,
what
then
it
that
is.
song is like, yeah, I get it now.
When the sexuality makes sense, then it's like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. I like it.
For Rich, who doesn't probably know that song, what's the what does he say during the chorus there?
He's a 6-foot, hot look, all-American man.
So there you go.
All right,
That's
so-
all you need to know about that one.
Rockin' in the USA. Larger Than Life. I like that one, but I used to hate it. Rocket Ride and Any Way You Want It by the
Not
Dave Clark
By
5.
Journey,
Now that would be something.
Is that the name of that song?
I believe so.
Yeah,
The one with
isn't
the
it?
really bad video.
That's the way you need it.
Dude, for some reason, that never registered with me that both of those songs had the same name, even though I know that. That's weird.
It's a great video.
Is it good?
Oh,
Is it up there with Jagger and Bowie?
It's right up there. Yeah. And what's it?
Dancing in the Streets?
Oh yeah, Dancing in the Streets. But I'm trying to think of the other guy that did really, really bad video. The one that they say killed his career.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. The guy.
Stroke Me.
Yeah,
that he
yeah,
does
yeah.
That.
Billy Squire.
Billy
Billy
Squire,
Squire. You
yeah.
gotta see. What's the name of the
Really? That's what happened to him?
Rock Me? I think it's. Is it
Yeah, I
called
think of Rock
Yeah,
Me.
you got. We'll show it to you one of these days.
Okay, I don't-
It
yeah.
is unreal. It was a career killer.
Rock Me is my favorite Great White song.
Different. Different song.
I know.
Okay. So you guys got your song?
Yep.
Either from Love Gun or this, moving forward?
Ready.
Okay. Now, I'm just going to skip Jeans. I don't care.
Yeah.
Kiss Chronology, Ace Frehley. The Ace songs are Rip It Out.
Ooh.
And that's it. Speeding Back to My Baby. Snowblind, Ozone, What's on Your Mind, New York Groove, I'm in Need of Love, Wiped Out, Fractured Mirror. Now, quickly, I want to make a note about the song What's on Your Mind. I don't know if it still says this. I think it's gone. But that used to be on Facebook when you were going to put like a status update.
Yeah.
When you click the little box, like it would
what's
say
on your
"What's on
mind?"
your mind," and then you click it. And I always thought of that.
Would you always
song.
type, I can't express the words?
Yeah.
Tell you.
Exactly. Now, Peter Criss. That's the kind of sugar Papa likes. Yep. Okay, good. That's the next winner. Mm-hmm.
That's for all three of us.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no argument, no discussion. Tonight, this is Paul Stanley's. Tonight you belong to me. Move on. Ain't quite right. Wouldn't you like to know me? Take me away. It's all right. Ooh, it might be. Hold me, touch me. Think of me when we're apart. Love in Chains. Goodbye. There's a lot of albums.
This song's called Goodbye.
Dale.
Okay, now we get to Dynasty. Is this the last one, or Unmasked is in here too?
Unmasked is also in Carter's.
There's a lot in President Vince Carter. Dynasty. I Was Made for Loving You. 2000 Man. Sure Know Something. Dirty Livin'. Charisma, which Chris was talking about last week, is one of his top 5 ever, which I find really hard to believe. But
that's for another episode.
Yeah. Magic Touch. Hard Times. X-Ray Eyes. Save Your Love.
Ooh, I don't know which way to go here.
I still have my answer. Last album. Unmasked. Is That You? Shandy. Talk to Me. Naked City. What Makes the World Go Round? Tomorrow. 2 Sides of the Coin. 3 Sides of the Coin. She's So European. Easy as It Seems. Torpedo Girl. You're All That I Want. There we have it.
For the first African American Canadian president in nation's history. President Vince Carter.
You're right.
Air Canada himself.
Now, you turned him Canadian. Not
we played for Toronto Raptors.
Not just that he played there, but
he's called Air Canada. So
you turned him into a citizen, though.
He must have been a citizen.
Okay.
I don't know much about him.
He lived next door to Michael J. Fox.
He might have. I could see that. And Mike Myers.
He loves him some Tim Hortons.
Well, who doesn't? That's
true.
Way better than Duncan.
Well, I don't know.
For our Canadian listeners. Oh, my God.
Hortons, yeah.
Yeah, hands down.
Yeah, you take it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not
had both,
Duncan.
Had both, like both. Pretty similar.
Head to head, you're going to get less diarrhea from Tim Hortons in the long run.
Anything in Canada is going to give you less diarrhea.
Real coffee beans have to be in Canadian soil, or else I'm not touching them.
You're right. The further north, the better the coffee. Yeah, I think that's how the rule is. All right.
Yeah, forget Brazil.
Yeah, they got nothing. Colombia. Juan Valdez. You know.
That reminds me of something.
One time, my wife had a party here at our house, and she hired a taco guy to make tacos in the backyard. And he gave us his business card, and it was like El Taco Loco, and the name on it was Juan Valdez. And it's like, none of this is real. This is all
No,
fake.
he didn't have a donkey that was just standing next to him in the doorway.
This donkey pulled his taco card away at the end of the night.
Those commercials used to crack me up so much.
Juan Valdez?
One of our former co-hosts, Tom, that we talk about once in a while.
Yeah.
When we were in grade school and it was summer vacation, he would call. Not every time, but he would call the house and be like, "Are you watching a Weather Channel?" I'm like, no. Juan Valdez commercial.
Question.
Juan Valdez commercial was just on. Like, I missed it.
That's conversation starter.
Hey man, you watching
Weather
Channel?
They played it on Weather Channel.
That's funny. All right, so from the Carter administration, I think Rich hasn't gone first yet. Rich,
this is an era that.
Is this where it slips away for you at some point? Or?
It comes back in the Reagan years. Unfortunately, the Carter years, I was too busy learning how to write my name.
Yeah, I understand.
But I'll go. I'm trying to mark them all down here, and Love Gun was one that stood out to me. So I guess I'll take that one. It's probably an obvious one, but
you and Paul Stanley have something in common. I believe that's his favorite Kiss song.
And then there's a third person who has something in common with you guys. It's me. I'm picking Love Gun.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think
it's hard to beat.
It is.
Especially, I love the song, but especially the live version from Live 2.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever that comes on the iPhone on Shuffle, that's the best introduction in music history. I will play it now for everyone. Let me find it. Because
I can't wait to hear
Because
it.
it's just so full of
It's
just enthusiasm, or what?
It's everything you want it to be. It's so much enthusiasm. It's well, I have to put a live too because there's a
I'm
million.
thinking
live
that one
versions.
was not re-recorded, not doctored.
You don't think
That
so?
intro. I'm thinking that's from the original
come on.
version recording.
Stupid SNL 40 ad.
Oh,
Oh, cool! We get to see Bill Hader and Jane Curtin
I'm having
back together once again.
Finally.
It's the mashup we've been waiting
so
for.
as we're recording this that show hasn't happened yet. Is anybody going to be
No,
really
it's on right now.
well? But that's what I mean.
Or is it on
though.
tomorrow?
But it's on Sunday. So by the time anybody hears this, it will have happened. But so everybody will know what has happened at this
Mhm.
point. But as we're recording this, I'll be kind of disappointed if they don't have Eddie Murphy be Clarence and have Paul McCartney be in a sketch with him.
That was hilarious. You know, I know that Lauren Michaels doesn't show a lot of that era because that's when he was away from the show for a while.
Yeah.
So he stays away from those a lot. But I'm guessing for
But
this,
Eddie
they'll have
Murphy's
to.
there for the first time,
First
like
time ever?
since
Oh, no kidding.
like the early
Yeah.
'80s. He's having something to do with it. Yeah.
All right, best SNL performer on SNL of all time. Oh,
Oh.
not after, not in movies, not aside from SNL.
Just on the
on
show?
the show. Favorite.
John Lovitz.
You're weird.
I was gonna say Tim Meadows because Tim Meadows makes me laugh a lot too.
He's a
But
funny guy.
but
If I
John Lovitz.
If I had to pick one, and oh man, it's tough, but Phil Hartman's up there.
that's a good one. I say Eddie Murphy, but yeah.
Well, yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
Eddie
that's,
Murphy.
that's a hard one to.
Well, I didn't know we had to be
No,
cool, underground, and hip, and pick the guy that no one likes,
like John Lovitz.
like John Lovitz, Eddie Murphy.
How about Anthony Michael Hall?
Him and Robert Downey Jr.
They were in that one sketch where they're in the military.
I don't even know it.
With
about
the
it.
guy Rocket, didn't he swear in it?
Said
With the
the
one
F
time
word.
He killed himself.
Ooh.
He's not. Yeah, that's some. It's I. There's a website where there's a big old long story about Charles Rocket. I was reading stuff about.
He pulled a Bobby Christina.
He got. He just had some kind of depression issues.
Steve
That happens.
Montador of the Blackhawks today too. Did you guys hear that?
No.
35 years old.
Killed himself.
That sounds like it. He was dealing with depression and stuff,
Wow.
and had a
He
lot
wasn't
of
on
concussions.
Blackhawks anymore.
No, he's
No,
been out
right?
of the game since I think 2012. But
Wow.
it's only 35.
Shit.
Rough stuff.
Yeah, that. The pro wrestling, pro football, and some hockey too. Those people and boxers, I guess. If you take a lot of head trauma, I don't know, the depression sets in, and
Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to happier things.
happier things. So I picked Love Gun. Rich picked Love Gun. Nick,
I'm gonna be the cool underground guy here.
you picked John Lovitz.
Actually, in my head, I'm battling right now. There are two songs that I'm having a hard time with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna toggle them back and forth and just say stop when you want me to.
Stop.
Sure know something.
Really?
Yes, love that song.
All right. Sure know something. Pretty good one. Can't argue it.
I dare you.
All right. Now we move on to the
Nice
Ronald.
segue.
This is my
was smooth.
Yeah, that was good, right? This is my birth president. Yours was Ford? No, Nixon.
I was Nixon.
You were Nixon. Now we move on to mine, which is Reagan. We have music from The Elder.
Whoa.
This is going to be a tough one for me. This is where I started getting into.
Now,
Actually, when I was the age when yours were coming out, I was listening to them.
Right. Okay.
can I just real quick since you said The Elder,
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot. That came out 81, so that was right after Carter was out.
Yeah.
One termer,
Yep.
Carter and The Elder, I think I'm seeing this all of a sudden as there's some interesting similarity there with the Elder album and with Jimmy Carter's presidency. Now, Jimmy Carter, he kind of had the reputation that he was kind of the principled guy,
Okay.
like kind of high principles, and was sort of uncompromising in those principles. And probably to be a politician at that level, you can't really be that way.
That was known as his weakness.
They say that about John Adams as well.
You've got to be a piece of shit.
That if you stick to your principles, then you're not going to be very long in that business. And it's kind of like the Elder album, where against better judgment to accomplish the task, perhaps, Kiss had this idea and they followed it through
And
uncompromisingly. And yeah, the result was about the same for a lot of people.
So this wasn't right after their solos, was it? Was it the first album after? Or
No, there were two others.
Okay.
Two others after.
But this is the first one. This is the one that Ace Frehley was basically hardly on it, was not really down with it, and Peter Criss was gone already.
He was gone. Okay, that's what I thought. He was
Yep.
gone in 79 or 80, right?
Yeah, 80. I think 80 officially they said Peter Criss was.
Yeah, because the
Yeah.
Unmasked tour, even though they pretended Peter Criss played on the album, but he didn't,
Yeah, he had nothing to do with it, they say.
they replaced him for that tour, right? When
Eric Carr was on that tour. Yeah.
Okay,
That
and he
was
plays
the
like
big-
super fast.
The big Australia shows. And all
plays
that.
Shandy like twice the speed.
Yeah, Eric
Like a
Carr played it
fast
quick,
disco
man.
song.
Yeah.
All right, so The Elder. Here we go. Music from The Elder.
You don't even have to say this one.
Yeah, you're right. Let's
Just say
skip
A
it.
World Without Heroes.
Okay, well, no one likes that song.
Don't even do that one. People are going to be furious with
I'm
me
not
for
picking
saying
anything,
that. But
no
let's
one
be
is.
realistic. With
no
the,
one would.
With the three people in this room,
It's not happening.
if this was at the Kiss convention, we'd say all the songs off the albums. But I'm
It
going to...
would bore you to tears if this was at the Kiss convention. Name all these bad songs, but we won't do that today. All right, Creatures of the Night, 1982. Creatures of the Night,
Yes.
Saint and Sinner,
Yes.
Keep Me Coming,
Yes.
Rock and Roll Hell, Danger, I Love It Loud, I Still Love You, Killer, War Machine.
I love War Machine.
The guy?
Yeah.
That guy who beat up his girlfriend?
Yeah.
Did pornos too? And was a mixed martial artist? Who might...
Better watch out.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about him. He might beat me up. No, I'm not worried about you. Worried about this unstable guy. All right, so War Machine, huh? You're a big fan of that one, Rich?
I like it. Yep.
Well, we're taking off the makeup now, so
Yeah.
you never know.
The album cover had makeup.
The original version of it, yes.
Listen to this guy.
Well, I'm just saying.
No, I wasn't talking about the fifth one.
We're talking. Hey, there's some people out there who are going to be, as I like to say, yelling at their earbuds or whatever they're doing.
Well, they're dumb.
There's 2 album covers. So there are.
But this was when they stopped wearing the makeup. Though.
Yeah. The
Part of
Creatures of
their-
the Night was
when
the
they toured.
last hurrah. Yeah, for the makeup. We'll take the makeup off.
I don't have any juice over here.
Dick.
There it is.
Well timed.
Yeah, right. I was trying to do like maybe 40 seconds ago, and this wire wasn't working. I kicked it out. I've kicked it out a couple times today.
All right, so now we're going on to the Lick It Up album, 1983. Quite a monumental year in Pot of Thunder history.
I was born.
Yes.
Okay.
Show would not happen if it weren't for the year 1983.
It's true.
And probably the Lick It Up album, but I don't know for sure.
Going back to the presidents, though, what year was Reagan shot? Wasn't he shot in the first term?
It was like
It's
81, 82,
yeah,
right?
I think
Yeah.
so.
When,
Okay.
I mean, it was like right before Buckwheat got shot.
Oh, I remember that.
So it was like right around that era.
Alfalfa did it.
Alfalfa did
Played
do
by
it.
Mary
Gross was Alfalfa.
That's messed up.
She had him down, too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, certain characters a woman is better suited to play.
Female characters?
No, certain male characters.
Hmm.
Peter Pan, they always say.
It's Pat.
It's Pat.
She was
Sandy Duncan played Peter Pan, right?
I think so.
Julia Sweeney was at work last week as well, along with
Ooh.
Nora Dunn.
Look
Different
at
day.
look at Andy.
I didn't
over
meet
here.
Julia Sweeney.
You know,
though.
I told a guy at work about that. My brother just sent me a text. He met Nora Dunn, and the guy's like, "Your brother, he's doing all this cool stuff." I'm like, "Don't get worked up."
Did he
about it."
pass out?
I talked to Nora Dunn about the parking garage at the Hancock Center, and then I gave her a free parking pass, and she got real excited.
Hey, man.
She didn't have to pay
at
$30
that.
to be.
Tell her
on
to give you a shout out
Entertainment
on
Tonight.
SNL 40.
I should.
Put the parking
think
pass
she
somewhere
showed up.
visible.
And she's the one that walked off because Dice Clay was hosting.
Because the Dice Man used to talk about shooting banana juice on everyone. Or whatever.
I believe that was part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's after his MASH cameo.
Right, he was on MASH, wasn't he?
Yeah, which just kind of ruins the Dice character, I think.
He
to
was
a
also
certain
on
degree.
Different Strokes.
Was he the Dice Man, or
No,
was
he's
it a regular?
picking on Willis in high school.
He would be.
He's like 30, and Willis is in high school.
14.
Yeah, that's funny. All right, so we got Lick It Up. We've got Exciter, Not for the Innocent, Lick It Up, Young and Wasted, Gimme More, All Hell's Breaking Loose, 1,000,000 to 1, Fits like a glove.
Don't you?
Dance all over your face. And on the 8th day. I don't know. All right.
Yes.
Animalize.
Now we're going to. Sadly, Chris is not here to comment on his favorite era of Kiss.
Yeah, right.
Animalize was my first album I ever owned.
It was, huh?
Yep.
Wow.
We had that record too. It was not ours.
We did.
We borrowed it from someone. I thought the album cover was underwhelming.
Well, there
My
you
first
have it.
impression.
I've had enough. Into the fire. Heaven's on fire. Burn, bitch, burn.
A lot of fire.
A lot of fire.
A lot of flammable stuff going on.
Get all you can take. Lonely is the hunter. Under the gun. Thrills in the night. While the city sleeps. Murder in high heels. Oof, that was a bad one.
that was in my opinion the all-time worst up until we got to Boomerang.
Dude, I swear I don't even know what Boomerang is. That's how bad that song
I don't
was.
remember it at all.
I'd listened to it and I couldn't hum you 1 second of it. I have no idea what
All
it
I
was.
know is it's the all-time worst.
You sounded like Pat Summerall with Murder, She Wrote with the little pause there.
Well, that's
Murder
how that's
in high heels.
well, that's how he sings it. So I was kind of I was
Andy
talk
sounds like
singing
Pat
it.
Summerall.
I like that. I might have a career,
First down.
a new career.
It's blocked. What did he say in the Madden
I was
games?
gonna say, is that from the game?
He had a few things that he said.
They had
and that
very
was it.
minimal.
Yeah.
Pass me a shot or whiskey or something. You always loaded.
I think so. Those two guys probably wasted all the time. It's up. It's good. Asylum. King of the Mountain. Any way you slice it. Who wants to be lonely? Trial by fire. I'm alive. Love's a deadly weapon. Tears are falling. Secretly cruel. Radar for love. All night.
And still, we go further.
I know,
The
right?
Reagan, this is the one that has the most albums.
Yeah.
I won't say it's nearly as stacked as the previous administrations,
Yeah, it's got 6 albums.
but as far as my stuff that I would listen to from the Kiss catalog, not quite as much.
Okay.
It was quite a way to celebrate tearing that wall down when he forced him.
You're right. What year was that? 86?
Was that Reagan?
It was Reagan. He's
That
like,
was.
garbage job, tear down your wall. Something like that.
That was probably 88.
he was like Hasselhoff. Tell them to go.
Crazy, Crazy Nights from the Crazy Nights album. I'll fight hell to hold you. Bang, bang you.
Oh.
No, no, no. Hell or high water. My way. That sounds going to get funnier.
Can I real
Sinatra?
quick? My Valentine's Day just happened.
Yeah.
My wife and I went to an Italian restaurant, local Italian restaurant, where they have this the older gentleman who plays.
Fazoli's?
No, that's gone. Who plays the keyboards, and he's got kind of like the who's Rich's favorite
Giovanni's?
Rich's favorite, yeah, Gianni. No, Gianni's the guy's name, but it's not Giovanni.
Not Giovanni's.
Who's Rich's favorite pan flute artist? I'm trying to think.
Zamfir.
He's got a bit of a Zamfir kind of thing pre-programmed in the songs.
Zamfir's my second favorite.
Oh, well. It's the guy at Pierogi Fest, the Native American
The Native
guy.
American
That's
guy.
my favorite.
Who sells all the T-shirts
Yeah.
of like how Americans are terrorists and how
he expresses this through his pan flute.
through his pan flute, but then he only plays like who is it? I can't think of who it is. What's the song? I'll think of it.
Well, as you're thinking about it, if I can go a little bit into this, the guy who's playing who was the entertainment last night at the dinner,
Yeah.
played My Way, and I'm like, I so wish this was like a Pot of Thunder episode that I could talk about this guy's version of My Way, because it's Paul Anka. The song's called My Way.
Yeah.
And it was great. I loved it. And he did have a little bit of the pan flute pre-programmed into
That was
it.
his it was like he was playing to a click.
He's got it must be a click. He's got like a drum tracks pre-programmed. For
Oh,
everything.
okay.
He's, he's got like guitar solos, sort of.
So he's just playing the piano and then that
He's
music's-
piano
It's
and
like
vocals.
karaoke,
Piano and vocals, yeah.
but he's doing piano and karaoke.
But anyway, yeah. And what was the pan
Simon and Garfunkel. It's like, all right, you
Bridge
native,
Over Troubled Water?
the Native American guy who's saying that all the Americans are terrorists is just playing pan flute classics of Simon and Garfunkel. Doesn't go together. Do, 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 do. And there's like Native American drumming. It's just so silly. All right. Did we finish? No, we didn't finish.
No, sorry, I had to interrupt with
You were
My
in
Way.
Crazy Nights.
We were at My Way.
My Way, yeah, on Crazy Nights, My Way.
Anytime an Anka reference can come up, it will.
It will.
Oh yeah.
When your walls come down, reason to live. Hmm?
When your walls come down, take that wall down.
There you go.
Is that it?
Take that wall down. You, wait, no.
Eric Cartman as President Reagan.
Take that wall down, you gimp.
Yes, he is.
Don't worry, listeners. That's an inside thing.
Reason to live. Good girl gone bad. Turn on the night. Beef in the
They
night.
had a video for that one.
That was a
Yeah,
great
they did.
video.
On
They were
top of
on a
that
skyscraper.
skyscraper.
Yeah.
Lots of lightning striking the arena.
Some chick trying to get to the band.
Yep. And then we could also say, let's put the X in sex. And what's the
Yeah.
other one? You Make Me Rock Hard from Smashes,
There you go.
Thrashes, and Hits.
All right, that
Wait.
was everything.
That's right. Yeah, they did a greatest hits and then just had a couple. That's
Yep.
Okay.
That's the move. Buy the
Crazy
album.
Nights. They had. I didn't like his intro in that one. He's so much better usually with. He says something like, "Here's a little song to get you going," and starts playing Crazy Nights.
When you went to the show?
No,
Oh,
on
here's a
the
little
album.
song for
Oh.
everybody out there.
Yeah, I just.
Oh.
I just.
I know what you're talking
Different
about.
strokes.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Well, you know,
I just.
here's a little song for everybody out there.
I had the album.
No, I think if our oldest brother Jay was here, he
He'd
would have
pick
said
Crazy
Crazy
Nights?
Nights. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that would be his favorite song from this. Probably from the whole Kiss catalog, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Probably.
He's a huge fan of that one.
It's okay. I just didn't like. I didn't like Paul's opening line in it.
Yeah.
So what do we got? Should I go first? Or
Go ahead.
All right. Well, obviously, anybody who knows my spiels here, my regular spiels on the show,
Mhm.
Creatures of the Night album is going to be where the song is going to come from. Having a hard time picking it, but I'm going to go War Machine.
Oh, you
I am.
So upset.
quit.
It was either going to be that or it was going to be the song Creatures of the Night. Would you like me to switch it to Creatures of the
No,
Night?
no. I mean, we can pick the same one. That was my pick all the way
That's a
through.
lot.
I mean, and was that when you went to the show last year and they played the song? Did that kind of cement it for you?
It was
Yeah.
They there's definitely something to be said about seeing them live as opposed to just listening to the albums.
Yeah. It's quite an
Psycho Circus
experience.
became a song I liked a lot too.
See,
after that.
yeah,
It's a modern classic,
It
as
is.
they've said.
it's probably the newest classic.
The newest Kiss classic. Paul Stanley
I'd
has
have to
called
say,
it that.
yeah.
Yep.
So we got two War Machines.
You know what? I'm going to be the weirdo.
Be the weirdo.
I was going to pick I Love It Loud just for historical reasons of like watching the video as a kid, and that's probably one of the reasons I thought Kiss was cool. But as far as the song goes, I'm going to pick a weird one. All Night.
It's an Andy all-time favorite.
It is.
No doubt about it.
How do you beat that?
I can't argue. I mean,
nice
it's-
horny song to
I'm not
listen
going
to.
with that one, but I can't argue it.
Horny Paul Stanley song. It's hard to argue a horny Paul Stanley.
It's probably very difficult to argue with a horny
Yeah.
Paul.
Not gonna win.
Yeah.
No, you're not going to change his mind.
Just get it over with.
All right, so now things are going to get a little scant.
Yeah. This is the Bush administration.
I mean, Reagan,
Reggie.
the War Machine thing kind of went with it.
Reggie Senior.
Right, Reggie Bush Sr. Right.
Second president from Indiana. I don't know, I'm just making that up.
Okay.
No, he's not from Indiana.
I liked it, though.
Okay.
He's the 37th president. We know that much.
Now, if the War Machine thing, it just occurred to me. There was, I was growing up in the 80s, and I just thought, okay, everybody's telling me, and I'm terrified. The Russians apparently have some big red button that they can press, and it will destroy the entire world whenever they want to do it.
Better
so,
watch out.
So War Machine works with that. That was
Okay.
my thing, and I remember now. I worked in a bookstore, and a guy about my age, a customer, was there, and somehow we got talking about that, and he was from Russia, and he's like, "I thought the exact same thing about the United States. That's all they told us is that the United States had they
It's
had
probably true.
they had the quote unquote button."
We made a movie, maybe a made for TV, probably for you guys to remember, called I think The Last Day,
Okay.
and it was all about basically Russia and U.S. blowing each other up.
Hmm.
It was awful.
Not a good one?
No.
Probably a
No.
good thought for a movie and a poor execution.
I think Kevin Bacon was in it.
Mm.
I'm thinking War Games, where just things were very sensitive.
Right.
Anything could have
You're
tipped
talking
it
about
off.
WCW pay-per-view?
No,
The three ring 60-man battle
the
royal?
Matthew Broderick
Oh, okay.
film.
Sorry. Didn't know where you were going with that.
I always heard a little bit of trivia that he took that role, and that's why Michael J. Fox got Family Ties. That he was the original pick. I don't know if you ever heard that one.
But he
Michael
couldn't do
J.
it 'cause
Fox,
the movie.
he filled in. He was never anybody's first pick, apparently.
Gene Simmons loves Michael J. Fox. We learned that
Problem
today.
with that.
So we're going into George Bush Sr.
Yep.
George H.W.H.
Right.
George. Trying to think of a. I was trying to think of a wrestling.
Triple H?
like wrestling initials.
George the Animal Bush.
George N.W.A. Bush.
Yeah.
George A.W.A. Bush. Whatever.
See that. All right. So we've got.
We've only got 2 albums here.
Yeah, we've got Hot in the Shade, and we've got Revenge. Right.
1990 and 1992.
1989.
Oh, 89, pardon me.
It's going to be
How
tough.
dare you?
I was wrong.
How dare you?
When Andy gets his Dusty Rhodes voice on, it's business.
It's all over.
How dare you?
That's one of the only things I could say on that voice, though. Everyone else seems to be able to do a full impression. That's it for me.
I've been enjoying the Superstar Billy Graham promos on YouTube lately.
That's where everything came from.
Yeah, I mean, that's where
everyone ripped him off.
Yeah, that's where Hogan and
Dusty
got
and Jesse the Body.
Look at these hands.
Oh, yeah.
They're all just
Yeah.
superstar knockoffs.
Yeah, these hands can crush coconuts.
What about when Superstar came back and he was a karate chop guy? You remember that?
It worked for Steamboat. I mean,
He came back as a karate master.
yeah.
Karate chop. To go to that.
But to get a Superstar Billy Graham clip, please, for the bumper.
All right. So for the bumper. All right. All right. Hot in the Shade. We got Rise to It. Betrayed. Hide Your Heart. This is one of those long 15 song albums. Hide Your Heart. Prisoner of Love. Read My Body.
Oh boy.
Loves a Slap in the Face.
Oh, boy.
Forever.
Oh boy.
Silver Spoon. Cadillac Dreams.
Oh.
King of Hearts.
Oh.
The Street Giveth and the Street Taketh Away. Didn't we do that one?
We did. We did several of these.
You Love Me to Hate You.
We did that one.
Somewhere Between Heaven and Hell.
I think we did that one.
Little
I don't know.
Caesar.
We did that one for sure.
Boomerang.
That one we did.
Don't remember it. All right, so do you guys got your favorite from this one?
Yes.
All right. It's going to be hard to pick out of these two. All right. Now we have Revenge.
Now, see, that makes Hot in the Shade very difficult to pick from.
Right.
Pinning it up against Revenge now.
It's tough. Unholy. Take It Off. Tough Love. Spit. God Gave Rock and Roll to You. 2. Yes.
I want the Argent version.
Okay. Domino. Heart of Chrome.
Dude, every song.
Thou Shalt Not.
Every song.
Every
on this
time I look
album.
at you. Paralyzed. I Just Wanna. Car Jam.
All right. Andy,
Man. All right.
I'm very curious to know what you're going to pick.
You are?
I'm probably predictable. Rich, I don't know. Rich was a bit of a wild card. Andy, though, I really want to know.
I mean, I have to pick the best one. I can't just say I want to pick "Read My Body,"
Well,
but
if
I'm
it's
not
your
going
favorite
to.
one, then pick it.
Well, it's not, but I
Okay.
like it.
All right.
But I'm not. I want to pick "Read My Body," but I'm not going to. You have to pick from Revenge. I think. Maybe you don't,
I
but-
will not disagree with you on that.
So, I'm gonna pick "I Just Wanna."
Rich?
Another nice horny Paul Stanley song.
This is a tough one for me, I'll be honest. I'm going to go... I just don't know this genre, this era that well. Let's do Paralyzed.
Paralyzed.
It's not a bad one.
Good one.
Not a bad one. I will hit the skip button to the next track and join Andy.
Really?
Yeah, I Just Wanna is an unstoppable track.
Yeah.
Top 5 all time.
I almost
I'm
picked.
thinking.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Incredible song.
I almost picked "Take It Off," but I was like, I can't pick "Take It Off."
I
Just
thought you
Wanna.
were going Read My Body. I thought if Revenge was not up against it, I thought then it would have been an easier choice for you.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm playing out all these Andy scenarios.
That's not a good place to be. I wouldn't want to play that out. So now we jump to Clinton.
George Clinton. Was that his brother?
I don't know.
Wasn't George Clinton his brother?
I think they're related. I can't think of
He
another
wasn't. He wasn't he in Parliament? Bill Clinton.
He was in Parliament. Yeah, he was his British counterpart.
He tore the roof off the sucker.
It was kind of like that Lindsay Lohan movie where there's a British version of her and an American version.
It had to be a good movie. I just never saw it. I don't know what happened.
There's Bill Clinton and
I
George Clinton, twins separated at birth. One was in Parliament.
So, only 2 albums again.
Yep, and one of them's kind of
For
fake album. Well, I mean, it was like they weren't going to release it, then they just did.
the other one you could consider sort of a fake album too.
Well, yeah, in its own way, because we were led to believe it was the original 4
Yeah,
members,
Things were happy, but they weren't. So
but they
What
only
you gonna
appeared
do?
on one song together, right? All 4 members only appeared on one song from Psycho Circus.
yeah,
All 4 members appear on it several times.
but as
all
far as
4 on the
playing
one
the instruments
song
and
is one
everything,
song.
yeah.
Other than
Yeah.
that, it's Hired Guns and Paul and Gene.
Playing the instruments, yeah, because there's the one song where they all sing on it.
yeah,
Let's not forget that.
but the one where they're all performing their instruments. Correct.
So we got the Carnival of Souls.
All right. So we've got Carnival of Souls, Hate, Rain, a lot of one-word titles. That was hot then when they were trying to do the grunge thing. Alice in Chains kind of, they probably had the same song name. They probably exactly had the same song names.
Damn That River is the next one.
Yeah. Master and Slave, Childhood's End, I Will Be There, Jungle, In My Head. Didn't we do that one?
No, I don't think so.
I can't remember
If
which
so,
song that is.
If
right
so,
now.
then it's so forgettable.
It Never Goes Away, Seduction of the Innocent, I Confess, In the Mirror, I Walk Alone. A lot of Simmons when you see the songwriting credits. And there's several Pauls actually.
And
but
some Bruces.
yeah. He's on almost all of them.
Yeah.
Who's the one that Chris hates?
Mark St. John.
That's it.
Yeah, we skipped over
Yeah,
his
that was Animalized.
quickly. All right.
Then Psycho Circus.
So do you have your favorite from this one?
Yeah,
If there is a favorite.
I do have it.
All right, I got mine. Okay.
But it's not going to win.
Yeah, it's going to be
No.
tough to
It's
beat.
going to immediately be dethroned.
All right, so Psycho Circus, we have the title track, Psycho Circus. Within, I Pledge Allegiance to the State of Rock and Roll. Into the Void, We Are One. You Wanted the Best. Raise Your Glasses. I Finally Found My Way. Dreamin', Journey of 1,000 Years. Who wants to
cut
go
right
first
into it.
for the George Clinton administration?
This is the most obvious one for me. Psycho Circus, no doubt.
All right, no doubt.
Solid choice.
Modern classic.
Yeah, I would say so.
Huh.
I'll go next.
Okay.
I'm going to pick one that's a little bit... I don't know. Am I doing this just to be different? I don't know.
I don't know.
But right now, listening to that,
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about how much I like Within and how
Mhm.
much I really liked it when they played that on the Psycho Circus tour. So I'm going to go with Within.
Really?
Really like that song.
Within.
Kind of out of place sounding track, but I really
Yeah.
like it. Andy?
Hmm. You wanted the best. No, that's okay.
Yeah.
Raise Your Glasses was notable because it was the Detroit Red Wings.
That makes me want to put on my Red Wings
Stanley-
cap.
Stanley Cup celebration song when they was that when they beat the Flyers 4-0 or was it the next
I think
year?
that's when. Who was that? Was that McCarty? Was that McCarty that D-pants that one guy in the last game?
Oh,
That
what's his name?
Niemanen or
Yanni
something?
Nienema.
Nienema? Was that McCarty?
Maybe.
Might have been just like the
Darren
just,
McCarty.
just the biggest undressing I've ever seen. Of, of any
you guys got to
defenseman.
watch that 30 for 30 Miracle of Men, the one that just came out. It's all about the Russians on the 80 team and a couple of them that came over, like Slava Fetisov and
Oh, really?
Makarov. It's really good, though. It just came out.
Oh,
If you get a chance, watch it.
I will.
Yeah.
check that out.
Where do
yeah,
you
for
watch
sure.
now? Where do you watch that? You just have to hope it's on ESPN eventually, or is that a Netflix thing? Or?
No, it was on ESPN. They always come out. This one just came out about 2 weeks ago.
So it'll be on again.
And it'll be on Netflix
No, it'll be on.
eventually.
It
right?
will
So
eventually.
they're
But
all on there,
it'll probably
but-
be a while. But if you can still catch it, it'll be on ESPN.
I will
but
check that out.
It was really good. It's all about those guys not being able to leave Russia. How basically they were told, yeah, you can leave, and then they wouldn't let them. Yeah, it was pretty good.
It sucks. Then they finally
We're-
got to leave.
It's one of the best ones I've seen as far as those.
Were those guys all pretty old when they finally left?
Fetisov was starting to get there. He played for them in '80, and then he played on the '84 team. And
I mean, he was on those Red Wings.
he
those
was
90s
mid-career.
Cup teams.
6, 7?
He was mid-career, and he didn't start with them. He went to the Devils first, and
Wow.
then went to Detroit after. And he was really good defensive. I mean, I don't know if you'd consider him NHL Hall of Fame, but as far as hockey overall, without a doubt, he's
Up there.
fantastic.
So what's
He was the one that broke. It's a lot about him in it. He's the one that was the first one that came through.
broke through the curtain, if you will?
The Iron Curtain?
Yep.
Is that the right thing?
The
More or less.
like the Steelers, kind of.
All right, I'm going to go with Psycho Circus, too. I don't know.
I pretty much was going to, but
You didn't want to be a...
no, I just
Lame-o like Rich and I?
just the song within always kind of excites me into something about it. So going with it.
So now there's a period. The Bush Senior period. I mean Bush Junior period.
Where there is
Reggie Bush Jr.
Reggie Bush Jr.
Yeah, sorry. It's strange. They have some releases, no new material. And that was an 8-year term.
That
Or
was.
2 terms.
That
So,
was.
what was it 2001 to 2009? Right? No, 2000. Yeah, that's right.
I don't know.
Yeah, he
That's how it
became
works.
because 2001 is right when he got in the office, and
Yep.
obviously when the buildings got hit right that same year.
Yeah.
Yep. So we have Kiss Symphony Alive 4. That's nothing new. Kiss Rock the Nation live. Kiss Alive 35. I didn't even know that was a thing. Did you?
No, I'm waiting
Me
for the
neither.
DVD.
Yeah.
I'm
when
waiting
we
to
were
be
there.
on the DVD
Right.
whenever that comes out.
So now, there's nothing there for 8 years. That was the point where you thought, all right, I guess Kiss is done. Because that's when Paul Stanley put out his solo album, Live to Win.
How was that?
It's like a Bon Jovi album, in my opinion.
A modern Bon Jovi album.
Yeah, it's like if Paul Stanley wrote a Bon Jovi album for that year. What was that, 2006?
8, I think.
No, that's when...
Oh no, wait, you're
6,
right.
I think.
Maybe 6.
Bon Jovi wasn't even popular.
Right,
They,
but it's
they were
like,
they were just coming back. They had that "It's My Life" or whatever. That.
Oh
it's like that type
Wow,
of music.
wow.
Yeah, like... But I liked it because it's Paul Stanley, but I've always said, if this wasn't Paul Stanley, I probably wouldn't listen to it. But because
You
it's
have an
Paul
admitted
Stanley,
bias. That's okay.
Yeah. But I never was like, this is the best. And I probably wouldn't want to really listen to it in front of a lot of people. Because I wouldn't want to take the beating. Because it almost sounded like a mix between Bon Jovi and Kelly Clarkson songs.
Oh.
That's the way I thought the drum beats sounded like it. But not that that's a bad sound, but it's not Paul Stanley. I don't know. Whatever. He did what he did. I enjoyed it for what it was. We went to the show at the House of Blues.
Great.
And there's a DVD of that House of Blues
Yeah.
show that you can buy at Best Buy on the
I
way
always
home.
thought, like when I was younger, I thought, wouldn't that be so cool if you were actually at a concert that they made a live album or video out of?
Yeah,
You know.
and they sure did.
Yeah. So that's great. Great stuff.
Yeah, I was there at the Striper show when he did Always There For You.
It's a good one.
He was
What
at the
To Hell with the
Hell
Devil.
with the Devil
It's the only
tour.
thing I know about Striper.
The In God We Trust tour. I think
That's
was the
another one. Those guys are still around.
Yeah,
Stryper-
they're still doing. They're actually there's a slight resurgence, I think, in Stryper's popularity
And the singer made an album
with
with George Lynch
George
from
Lynch.
Dokken.
Oh, Doc.
Just recently.
Heaven
the two of
sent.
them. There you go. But I don't even think they played together. I think it was like an email album.
could be.
Like, here's a song, write me a guitar part and email it to me, and then I'll put it in there. I think that's what it was. It's kind of strange that people can do that now. You don't even have to really be together to make stuff. Record on your own.
I had the Doc on album.
The one with Dream Warriors.
Yeah, I know Heaven Sent is the one that always stands out because it had a video. It's
Okay.
I don't know if that might have been the one before. I don't know Dokken too well.
Rich got into
nobody
Dokken
knows
early.
Doc too well.
He bought Dokken stock right when it was available.
Burning Like a Flame was always my song. I don't know if you remember that one. That's the one. If I'm listening to Dokken, that's the song I'm throwing on. That was on the one with Dream Warriors.
Okay. Well,
That's
Rich
if
already
you're
tapped
listening
out.
to Dokken.
Yeah.
If I'm listening to, if I'm,
If you're unfortunately stuck in a position where there's nothing to listen to but Dokken,
We're gonna get
I
some-
don't know.
We're gonna-
Dokken song draft.
I don't care.
we're gonna
what
get some
anyone
Mr.
says.
Scary fans sticking up for it. I have a feeling.
Who's Mr. Scary?
That's the big George Lynch instrumental.
Oh. Well, I didn't say George Lynch isn't a good guitar player. I just said
Oh, he's phenomenal. Yeah,
no one's really.
Yeah.
People will get mad though. I'm sorry.
they can.
You know
they
what?
have
They can.
every right to.
Tough shit.
I'll bash. I have a lot of bands to bash. Let's go through them. Go down the list.
Oh.
Where
Well,
to
where do you
begin?
start?
I don't know. What do people like? Priest.
I'm going to go after Cinderella.
Cinderella.
Long, cold winter, my ass.
Nick, you a big Priest fan?
I like Priest a lot. I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm.
I used to
on,
love
I would.
Judas
I
Priest.
wouldn't say
Yeah.
I'm on the same level with a lot. I mean, I know of one listener in particular that I'm friends with on Facebook that is that
Big Priest guy?
a huge Priest, just a huge metal guy and huge into Priest. He probably knows the entire catalog. I can't claim to that.
Priest is one of those bands where I got into a handful of songs and never got much beyond that.
I had Defenders of the Faith. Was that the name of one of the albums?
Yeah.
I think? I know that. Yeah, that's the one I was.
You were loving that one?
I did. Yeah, I was.
I could see Rich as a Nostradamus guy. Might have enjoyed the Nostradamus concept album.
I
from a
never
few
heard
years
it. I
ago.
just know it was a thing. All right. So now
Andy's got a lot of editing to do.
I'm
tonight.
kind of
not
hurting
editing
your
any-
segues here today, and I.
I'm not editing any. This is going to be 2 hours. Now we go to our final president with the Kiss album. And will this be the final? Do we have to redo this show when there's a new president in 20 whatever? 16?
Yes, we have to.
Do we?
It'll be hugely.
I almost said 2014.
It'll be hugely demanding.
In the future in 2014 when there's a new president.
well, unless Obama does something, and
We go backwards?
and we have who's the I don't even know who's
Joe
the
Biden?
Who's the vice president? Is it still Biden? Is he still doing?
I
it?
don't
Yeah,
know.
I think he's there.
Dick Cheney?
I don't know. Secretary of State, I couldn't tell you because I know that's been changing. But
I think it's Jesse Ventura. I don't know.
The Secretary of Kicking Ass.
Yeah, it is.
Jesse Ventura's it's intriguing. He's got beef with that. What is it? Chris
Kyle.
Yeah.
The American
Even though he's
Sniper.
dead.
Very very intriguing to hear Ventura like be the guy who's like
It's intriguing.
Well, didn't
but
he claim he knocked him out in a bar?
yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
He did.
Ventura's like, I never met the guy in my life. But
Yeah.
Interesting stuff.
Might be BS, but I don't even know the details, and it's probably not even the right facts. I probably have to do a fact check here, but I just remember
we
hearing
don't do that on this podcast.
that he was suing him for slander or
he's
whatever.
still trying.
He's dead.
I
Why
know.
would you? That's why I think Jesse Ventura is a piece of shit.
Well,
Well,
getting a bad rap. He should.
Ventura's. I think
You think he should?
He's battling
No,
their
no.
estate.
No, I agree. I'm saying he's getting a bad rap.
yeah,
as
once
he should
once
be.
the guy died,
Yeah, that's it.
back
Let it
off.
go.
Let the guy's
Yeah, he's-
wife
he's-
and kid
yeah,
have
he's
the
going
money.
after that. He's going after the estate.
Yeah, and maybe there's something to it that I don't understand.
Now, you think
but-
Gorilla would have been able to talk him out of it if Gorilla was still around?
No,
He
Gorilla.
was Pretty. Could be.
Or you think is
I'm
is
guessing
Ventura?
he wants royalties from the movie somehow or something. I don't know.
Psycho.
It seems to me. Let him his family go. I mean,
Yeah. But maybe you can't. Can you just drop it? If you've gone that far and the
No,
guy gets
he's-
killed?
he's
I don't
a-
know how that works.
Ventura's always been a great heel.
he
Yeah.
could pull away. I'm sure.
Yeah. He should. He should be like,
should.
hey, look,
Do the right thing.
this never happened. Whatever. This is BS, but I'm not going to take money from a widow and a child. But, whatever.
Anywho's.
He's got to
Any-
protect that reputation of his.
Yeah, it's so good to begin with. Piece of shit. Turd. Never liked
Yeah.
him anyway.
No.
He was a good announcer. I didn't like him as a wrestler.
He was pretty much. He was always hurt by the time I remember watching it. Didn't. He was constantly sidelined or just doing the announcing. I wasn't a big fan either.
What about in Predator?
Wow,
He ain't
Predator.
ain't got time to bleed.
I liked him in what was the one where Richard Dawson was the game show host and
The Running Man.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah, with
Captain
Schwarzenegger.
Classic. Richard Dawson is a bad guy in a movie.
That is
Now
great.
he's just plain zero.
It's like he was Hogan's Heroes, Family Feud,
And he was on that show. He was
and then
always
he was,
drunk.
and then he was the bad guy.
Yeah, exactly. But he was on the what's the
What?
Where he's
It's
drunk.
Family Feud?
no, not Family Feud. There was a show where they had a bunch of kind of stars that were on the panel and
Hollywood Squares.
no it
Match
was-
Game?
Match Game. There you go.
Oh,
Those guys always got all loaded up on there.
was he one of the people on Family Feud who used to kiss everyone?
Yes.
Is that Richard
Yeah,
Dawson?
he was
the
he
one.
was the guy.
Yep.
You ever watch that one guy? I think it was a British guy who used to like really be a creep with kids. I can't
Gary
remember his
Glitter?
name. No, well, yeah, I'm sure he was.
What show was he?
I don't know. It was like a similar thing. It was like a kids game show, but he used to like kiss everyone. It's so weird. I remember watching that. In
No,
my,
I don't
In my
remember that.
most, my darkest years of internet exploration. where I would just watch
Andy's
creepy
Lost
things.
Weekend.
Yeah. Watch that and all those weird poop videos.
Weird poop videos.
All that stuff. You know, everyone takes a look.
Oh yeah.
Everyone takes a look. I'm pleased to say I would go into. I don't think I was really in on those late night sessions where people would come over and watch the creepy stuff. I'm
Well,
pleased to say
you
I'm
said
not
creepy stuff.
I'm not trying to make myself sound like the hero here, but I'm pleased that some of those images are not engraved into my memory.
I want to make a quick amendment to what you said, though, because you said creepy stuff. I never got into any of the death stuff. It was just more the gross sexual
Well,
stuff.
whatever.
That we
Whatever
would watch
defines
and laugh
creepy
at.
for you.
But yeah, I would never got into the weird death videos or pictures.
no, that's just
That's too much for
that's
me.
beyond anything.
Faces of Death. Remember those?
You know, that was a
I
little
remember
bit
hearing of
before
those.
my time, I think.
I mean,
it
they made
existed.
a bunch of them.
Yeah.
They were banned in different countries. It was pretty. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have watched them.
Did they mess with you a little bit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty bad.
Weren't some of them fake and some of them were real? It was like a mixture.
I heard later on that some of them were. I just remember one specifically where the guy's filming and someone comes down in a parachute and lands in some sort of a swamp and he's getting chewed up by this alligator, and I'm thinking, put your damn camera down and
Help them out.
yeah, get a tree branch or something, you asshole.
Right, yeah.
Hell, you just sit there and tape it?
That's pretty creepy.
Yeah, that's
It's a bad friend.
That's
That's
a
the
bad
definition of a bad
That's
friend.
a bad friend.
it's not a good friend.
I mean, I've had some bad friends in the past, but that's a bad friend.
Now, the guy who brings his horse over for the other type of video that I would watch, that's a good friend.
Boy.
Wow.
All right. So now we're in the Obama administration.
Then
Next
naturally,
edit.
naturally, things are getting weird.
Yep. We thought Kiss was over. They came out with Sonic Boom. So we've got Modern Day Delilah, Russian Roulette, Never Enough, Yes I Know Nobody's Perfect, Stand, Hot and Cold, All for the Glory, Danger Us, I'm an Animal, When Lightning Strikes, and Say Yeah.
That album is something else. I know
Pretty
we
good.
do get grief for championing that album, but just listening to the songs back,
Yeah, what's with
there's
people
there's
getting
some
all-
stuff on there, man. I'll tell you.
All right. And then last album, most current, 2012, Monster. Hell or Hallelujah, a game we like to play here. Wall of Sound. Freak. Oh, I don't like that song. Sorry, Paul Stanley. Back to the Stone Age. Shout Mercy. Long Way Down. Eat Your Heart Out. The Devil Is Me. That's the name of a song. I didn't know that. Kiss fans are
not
getting
Andy's
upset.
not Andy's favorite album. I'm thinking.
Yeah, it just never hit with me. I bought it when it came out, listened to it again, maybe probably 4 times ever. Just hasn't stuck with me yet. Out of This World, All for the Love of Rock and Roll, Take Me Down Below, and Last Chance for Romance tonight.
Last
You know, a lot of
Chance.
people didn't like Spaghetti Incident by Guns N' Roses when it first came out, but
It
now
grew
look
on them?
at them. Oh, yeah.
You're
It's got
right.
some great stuff on there.
I don't even know what's on it.
Oh, it's a lot.
Is that the cover album?
Yeah, that's the one they do the Fear song.
Okay.
They do, I think, I Don't Care About You.
There you go, Rich. What do you think of that?
There's something for SNL 40, some Fear.
You think they're going to be on? Are they alive? I don't even know.
They are alive, but they should show the clip at least of the people going crazy.
Will
Mosh
they
pit
show
on
Sinead
stage.
O'Connor on there, you think?
Ooh, I don't know. That's good. And that's a little controversial. Who knows?
Yeah.
And speaking of controversy, I wonder, are they going to have, ladies and gentlemen, Tracy Morgan, and then the hugest standing ovation of the night?
Oh yeah.
His first appearance.
Is he in pretty bad shape still?
I think so.
I think he's working toward it. Yeah, but
I don't think
know.
there's been no public appearance of him, right?
No, but that's what I'm wondering. If that's one of my other predictions, which everybody listening will know whether or not it happened by this point. But.
Tracy Morgan, wild guy.
And the best part about this episode is if people are working overtime, like they can. This is about a 10-hour episode,
Definitely.
so they
Is
can
this
get
the longest ever?
for sure.
for sure.
We're pushing 2. We're probably an hour and a half at least.
Okay, well,
But we're almost done.
Let's keep
This
the
is
train
last.
rolling.
This is the last selection
this is the last selection, and
So
I am stumped.
from these 2 albums, from Sonic Boom and Monster. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, go first.
It's hard to pick. I hope that came out on mic. I don't
We're
think it did though. I have to boost the volume.
We'll
as
have
much
the
as I can
the
there.
listeners can pick for you.
That was good.
I guess I can go first.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go Last Chance.
For romance.
Last chance to get it right.
So from
Do you dance on the edge of a knife?
so your favorite song is not from Sonic Boom. Wow.
It's again like kind of when I chose Within before. It's like thinking of that. There's like Stand was the one I was thinking. Okay, I'm going with Stand. Love
Mhm.
Stand, but I'm kind of more in like a faster, rocky kind of,
yeah.
like a more up tempo kind of thing. So I'm going with Last Chance.
All
Very
right.
big fan of that song.
Mine is
We haven't done that one yet.
no, we haven't, and I don't think I've ever heard it.
Makes 2 of us.
And probably a lot more listeners too. I don't know. I'm really torn between 2, and Nick probably knows the 2.
I don't. Are they? Well, they're probably both Paul Stanley songs.
Well, of course,
Yeah.
there's a theme here. But my 2 are Dangerous and Say Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about. Say
I'm gonna
Yeah.
take Say Yeah.
Yeah, I know that's yeah.
Even though I don't know, I kind of like the tempo of Dangerous better, but Say Yeah is just, it holds a special place in my heart for some reason.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
say yeah to that too.
Rich is gonna be on board with Say Yeah. Let me hear you say yeah, 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 yeah. So the lyrics just really resonate with me. Just saying yeah a lot.
It's like I think Gene said in an interview, one of the most important rock songs in history. The lyrics were "She loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah."
There you go.
Well, if Gene said it.
Well, then it must be probably not true
Is that how it goes?
if Gene said it.
Well, the Beatles were gonna be on his album.
Oh boy,
So
we got to bring that up just next time Chris is on. Just somehow work away.
All right.
bringing that up. Just see if he's the fire still burns.
we need to get another Gene solo song.
Oh, we don't.
Well, I mean, for that reason. For
Yeah,
no other reason.
For no other reason than to have a good angry episode. Yeah.
All right, so let's recap here. From the Nixon administration, Nick picked Cold Gin, Rich picked All the Way, I picked Strutter. You picked All the Way?
Oh, you put that down because I played it on accident.
He picked Strutter
I
as
picked
well.
Deuce.
Right? Oh no, Deuce. That's
It
right.
wasn't even an option. I know. Okay,
So
you
when I
picked
hit on
Deuce.
my iPhone.
I know. Just,
All the way. The first one.
okay, from the Ford
I
administration,
took Roxanne.
Nick picked Got to Choose, Rich picked God of Thunder, I picked Love Her All I Can. From the Vince Carter administration, Nick picked Sure Know Something.
That's still funny to me.
It doesn't get old. Nick picked Sure Know Something. Rich picked Love Gun. I picked Love Gun. From the Reagan administration, Nick picked War Machine. Rich picked War Machine.
Rich picked We Didn't Start the Fire.
I picked All Night. Now those 2 administrations. Oh wait, I'll save that for the next one. Bush Senior. Nick picked I Just Wanna. Rich picked Paralyzed. Kind of an off, not the top most popular song pick, but a solid pick.
Solid song.
I
yeah.
give you some points for that one.
He picked the right album
Yeah.
to choose one off of, in my
It
opinion.
was kind of about recognition.
And then I picked I Just Wanna. Now, watch this. Now we get to the Clinton administration.
That's when things get crazy.
Nick picked Within.
I did, didn't I?
Rich picked Psycho Circus. I picked Psycho Circus. Now, we skip Bush Jr., Go to Obama. Nick picked Last Chance for Romance tonight. Rich picked Say Yeah. I picked Say Yeah. Now here's what's interesting. After the first two, starting with Vince Carter administration. Okay, did it just get unfunny? Did it just happen?
No,
Okay.
I was trying to think of something new to say about it, but I think
You
I've
don't need to.
kind of, blown
Can't
that
add
already.
to that.
Yeah. So starting there, we had doubles in every administration. Rich and I picked Love Gun. Reagan, Nick and Rich picked War Machine. Bush Sr., Nick and I picked I Just Wanna. Clinton, Rich and I picked Psycho Circus. And then Obama, Rich and I picked Say Yeah. So how about that?
How about it? There must be something to
Crazy.
it. Two, what do they say? 2 Elvis fans can't be wrong.
I don't know what that
no,
means.
No, I think there's some saying like 50 million Elvis fans can't be wrong.
Oh.
or something like that.
Right. Now that makes sense. I got it. You
So
know, I think it's time we wrap it. This is the longest
no,
episode.
let's
in
keep it. Let's think of something else to talk about. I'm kidding.
Twinkies.
Have you ever eaten a Twinkie?
Did you now, Rich? Did you have you had the new Twinkie?
I heard
No.
it's smaller.
I'm not a big fan.
It's a little different.
It's smaller, right? One of my friends at
And-
work told me it's smaller.
And like Suzy Q's, Ding Dongs, I think those are gone now.
Ding Dong Man.
Ding Dong, yo.
I was going to bring up there was a I remember that from Fat.
Wow. We were all. It was like the exact same frequency. All
Yep.
3 of us.
Yep.
I was going to do a draft, but we don't have time for it now. But I was going to do best TV sitcom maids. And I wanted to go first and take Mr. Belvedere.
Of all time?
Yeah.
Of all time.
Belvedere, huh?
Oh, yeah. It's a gimme.
Bob Euchre.
Tony Danza. No, I'm talking about the maids.
Well, but that he was on the show.
Oh, maids.
yeah, like, because they always have maids on these sitcoms.
So
in the
who?
80s.
Oh, jeez.
Who else was a maid?
Nell Carter.
I'm gonna go
Adelaide.
Benson from Soap.
Ooh, Benson.
Not necessarily from Benson.
And then he went and became the governor, I believe, right after that job. He's
I think so.
resume builder there, and so
A launch pad to governor.
There was. Have you guys ever watched Soap?
I did. That's
Yeah.
where he was. He was their butler.
That was a good show.
That
It was a
good.
great show, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. It was
Maid.
Catherine Hellman. I mean, what else do you want?
There you have it. Billy Crystal
I can't think of a maid.
on a TV show.
Can I pick the one from the
Tony
Jetsons?
Danza. Hello.
The Jetsons one?
Tony
Rhoda.
Rhoda.
Was that her name?
No,
think
that,
so.
no, I can't.
Or
think.
Rosie. Rosie.
Rosie. Rhoda was its own show.
Yes.
I guess
Yeah.
I picked Rosie. I don't know.
I thought there were just tons of maids in shows.
They're
Like
prob-
Alice,
Alice. Okay.
Nell Carter, wasn't she a
No.
maid?
Oh my God, was she a maid?
Can I pick Mammy?
From Holiday Inn
Yeah.
or Mamie? I
Oh, is that
think,
what it
I
was?
think it was Mamie.
Mamie.
See, I don't know that one.
Oh, that's not a
Different Strokes had like 4 of them.
Mm.
Dale.
All right, Rich. Thanks for coming. You should come back when Chris is here.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
I can't fill in for him. I'd like to just, observe.
Observe. Okay. You could sit between Nick and Chris. Maybe it'll, be the bridge over troubled waters.
That's good.
All right.
Hit the pan flute and let's run out of here.
Do you guys ever go by Sibley, like around like the Dalton area?
No.
And once in a while.
There's
really.
a hot dog place called B-Holes.
No,
It's shut down now.
I never saw
How
it.
could you name your place B-Holes hot dog stand?
That's
Like,
great.
What do you expect to happen? I can take a picture of it. I swear to God, it exists.
Well, isn't that kind of what they say? What's in hot dogs anyway?
That's what I meant.
Ground
Yeah,
up
like
B-holes.
Lips and assholes, like from the what was
That's
that movie
great.
where they had it, right?
Let's hit
Yeah.
record. This is
Yeah.
we're getting good stuff. Oh,
Ooh.
and
Orange
it's
Julius?
the Orange Julius one.
I remember that.
Where he tells him, he says, "I want a Pentium processor," and he's like, "Okay, I'll go look." And he's like, and he was just like really like nervous and not really saying much. And he's like, "Yeah, the guy in the back told me this computer's for gays."